Hey, everybody out there, it's 28mm RPG. Once again, we have our session of, what did we call it? Shadow in the Stars. Yes, that is correct. Yes, this is totally scripted. So, once again, if you haven't joined us, we are playing Traveler, and starting at the top corner here for me is Spencer, who is
Hey,
playing Rye. Above me here is Josh. He is playing Cobb. And
hello.
over next to me here is Gordo playing Adamus.
Hello.
And we got some cool feedback happening with Gordo there. You got something running in the background?
No, I don't.
No, okay. Just it's kind of I think it's like a compressor or something on your mic that's making it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's still doing it.
It's there. It's kind of like a little bit of a buzz. So, but it should be okay.
It adds a dramatic effect there.
Yeah, it adds to it. It gives us that. All right.
A little bit of yeah,
That It's a spice to the pizza, So
How about now? I changed the audio setting. Do I sound any better?
that sounds a little bit better. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not so spiky when you come in. So I'm not sure how I'm coming in for you guys. So, but let's get ourselves back into the headspace using the theater of the mind, the mindscape, as Shauner calls it.
The mindscape.
The mindscape.
I got no mind.
Yeah, some of us don't have any mind. It was a crazy day at work, I have to say. So
I do concur. I was there.
we don't want to talk about it, but we'll get the timer going here. Our timer is set at 1 hour 30 minutes, and we are go. Now we are back up in the orbit of the planet. Last session we had basically had the crew going up and collecting up items that would be beneficial in the reconstruction of the jump drive and the maneuver drive of actually just the maneuver drive of the Nebuchadnezzar. Yes. And you had all gotten on board of Ted's ship's boat and headed towards the ginormic. And of course, this sounds really weird because if somebody's just popping in here, watching a session all by itself, they're like, what are these guys doing? Well, there was a giant, massive mountain that had lifted up from the planet and risen up into the skies. And from the skies, it destroyed all of the enemy warships in the atmosphere. And our intrepid adventurers have gone up there in order to collect all the potential rewards, being ship's parts and all that kind of stuff. And they have decided to head on and try to explore the strange mountainous station, which is now orbiting above the planet. And there's as they approach the planet, there's been like lots of debris kind of scattered everywhere. Basically, part of the crust of the planet itself was lifted up with the rest of the rest of this kind of complex, which was buried deep beneath the earth long ago, apparently. And the station is, kind of slowly, doing an orbit around the around this world. And we have Cobb, Rye, and Ted all suited up and getting ready to make their way towards the it's kind of like a giant piece of the complex had been cleaved aside on the top part of the mountain, revealing some sort of openings up there that you had seen. And trying to make the approach with the ship's boat has been kind of what was not perilous, kind of more imperiled, in order to try to reach it. So you guys are all deciding to approach it by basically a spacewalk. Adamus, you have decided you are going to be staying behind with the ship's boat, correct?
Yes, I have little skill with a vac suit and almost killed myself in the previous attempt, so I shall stay aboard the ship and coordinate things from here.
Okay. So, Ted, Rye, and Cobb gradually make their way up with their suits, doing little poofs of accelerant, heading towards the gash, which is up on top of the. You can just see it as you're following along through the debris field of mountainous remains. A couple of dead trees, kind of hanging off from the side. That sort of thing. Roots, big giant rocks, boulders, basically pieces of the mountain that had been brought up with the complex. And as you approach, you notice you can see an opening ahead where there appears to be the opening itself appears to be about 8 feet in diameter, kind of like an oval shape that you can see up ahead. Ted kind of, ponders. He's like, hold on a sec. He does a roll here. He kind of looks around. He goes, maybe we gotta approach this kind of, warily. He's got the recon and that, so he says, I'll scout ahead a little bit. So he goes ahead and shoots up, continuing on. And he kind of gestures to you guys as he goes ahead of quite a few meters and starts urging the rest of you to follow in.
Are you saying everything is safe and clear to proceed?
Yeah, come on up. He ends up approaching the entry to that gash, the giant hole, and he puts his hands up on the edge and lifts himself up to kind of look down through the hole, and then he kind of checks it out. He looks back to you guys and says, it seems to be very deep, whatever this is. It might be like a air shaft or something? I don't know. That's what I'm getting here.
Well, let's take a look at it.
He goes ahead and moves himself in and starts descending down into the hole itself. And he's like reaching around and checking things out. He's like, man, this is weird. This whole thing's weird. It's massive down here. He calls back up. In meantime, Adamus, you're hearing a little bit of a breakup going on.
Hey team, go ahead and try to boost your signal. I'm going to see if I can refine the gain on this side. Start to lose you a little bit. If we lose contact, recommend we don't stay out of contact more than 15 minutes. Return back shallow on the surface, and just kind of keep me apprised of where we're at.
Adamus, go ahead and roll your investigate, please.
Okay.
You notice there's a sudden blip on the radar of the ship's boat, and then it goes blank again. But you did notice it kind of going off from the starboard side. It was like there was a presence, and then suddenly it was gone.
Okay. I'll see if I can find my location to see, get a better bearing on where it was, and I'll watch that area for reappearance.
Okay. Give me an electronics roll, please. Alrighty. So the two of you see that Ted has kind of disappeared down the shaft. You guys coming?
Yeah, as we're heading down, I'm gonna see if I can boost your signal a little bit better, tweak the gear, and see if it'll be a little bit clearer.
Okay. Cobb, I mean, go ahead. You have electronics? Okay, cool. Right on. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, you're getting a slight boost. You're getting a collective boost between the two of you, and the signal is getting put through a little bit more clearer. And yeah, yep, he continues down, and then suddenly up ahead he stops. You see Ted has kind of paused, and he's like putting his hands up in kind of like an open fashion, and he's kind of like testing what's up ahead with his hands. I don't know what this is, man. I don't know. I don't think I can get past this.
I'm gonna see if
Are we like some sort of wall?
He says it's some sort of a field in front of him.
Well, I'll see if I can deactivate it.
You approach, and yeah, you see he's got his hands up, and you can kind of almost see kind of like a rippled kind of motion as he puts his hands forwards, and it appears to be just cutting, like almost like a valve in front of the opening here. Whenever he puts his hands up.
Did you figure out what it was?
And he's like, I don't have anything that can I don't have anything like a electronics kit or anything that'll help us. This thing is just like, a barrier.
I'll try to use what equipment I have to see if I can get it open.
So on your person, you have you're not carrying any kind of electronics kit or anything like that. And yeah. Yeah, you guys are both there. You can feel kind of like there's some sort of a pushback when you try to reach forwards, and you're realizing, yeah, it's some sort of a field in front of you.
We'll have to see if there's a way we can get around it.
He looks back at Rye. Any ideas?
Sleeping.
No, I'm just as confused as you guys are.
You got anything on you that might help us?
I'm just taking a look at my arsenal. Not seeing anything. The only thing that I would have could be any that we can use. Is there like any sort of slots on this?
You're looking for slots, or yeah, you're just kind of looking around. You're not seeing any kind of, apparent like difference in the orifice, that like any kind of projection or anything that you can see physically, like that you can see. It's just basically you're in front of an invisible wall of some form. Every time that Ted puts his hand up towards it, it kind of does like a pulse thing.
It has to be linked to a generator of some sort of force field power source.
Like, who knows with this technology? I've never seen anything like this before. This is way out there as far as any technology I've ever encountered.
Is there anything that looks suspicious there, Ted, of any type of battery, any type of connection to this
He's
wall?
looking around. He goes ahead and starts searching around on like moving his hands across up towards the wall. He's like checking it out. And then all of a sudden you notice as he puts his hand over a certain spot, you see kind of like a flash up behind him of some sort of a kind of like that interface that you seen while you were on the planet when you went into that into the basically the control room that started this thing floating up into space.
Hey Ted, move your hand backwards for a second.
He moves his hand back, and you see it pop up again. It's kind of like a projected image of some sort of query, some sort of symbols.
Okay. Does it stay there like as he just holds his hands?
As he holds his hands there, yeah.
Okay, just keep your hands there, Ted. It looks like there's some sort of writing on in between there. Almost like a tablet style machine.
You notice the symbols are kind of the same as what you've seen down on the planet's surface.
I'm going to do a language check and see what it actually says.
Okay, roll your language. Okay, it's indicating positive or negative.
Hey Ted, hit the positive sign on the right hand side of that.
He's like, I can't see the glyphs. He's like looking behind and trying to see. He's like, I can't see what you're seeing there. I've just got my hands over on the spot.
Okay, just hold still then. And I go and touch the positive side of the screen.
Okay. And you see something, but you see something kind of like a red flash, and it glitches out when you do that.
Did it open the wall, or are we? Is it malfunctioning or something?
Ted
I'll
goes
try
in,
and see if I can go through.
Okay, you try to pulse yourself towards the invisible wall to see if it's still there, and you get pulsed back.
Okay, try the negative and see what happens.
Ted, are you able to put your hands back up there?
Oh yeah, yeah. You still see the two symbols
Okay.
there. He's got his hands up.
I hit the negative side of the screen.
Alrighty. Dexterity checks, please.
Yay.
Just what you do is just roll on your main characteristic there. It'll do that for you. Or and let me roll for. Let's see. I should bring up his character sheet here.
Don't mess this up, Ted. I'm not scraping you up off the wall.
You never know what will happen in this game. Okay, there he is. So, all of a sudden, you see Ted go flying away. You guys suddenly get pushed, kind of like, you feel like almost like that there is like this force that hits you. But between the two of you, you end up holding yourselves kind of up against the side of the tunnel itself. Ted goes like, boom, gets shot right out.
Holy Ted, where are you going?
And you basically hear basically in your ears. And Adamus, you see something fly out, and you think it was Ted in his spacesuit go shooting out out of the hole.
Okay, I try to activate the ship's autopilot and steer it toward Ted to grab him before he just I lose view of him.
Okay, and in the meantime, the two of you feel that rush happen, and then it's suddenly gone. You basically feel the release of the pressure, and you're suddenly feeling like you can float free away from the side of the wall now.
Oh, I wonder what that was. I head back towards where that wall was.
Mm-hmm. You do so. Where the wall is.
I keep pushing myself or keep floating towards the wall with my hand extended.
Okay.
To see if that wall is still there.
And you notice that your hand seems to go like there's nothing, there's no, it just totally feels free. That wall is gone.
Well, we must have deactivated this wall. Cobb, are you with me on this?
Yeah.
Okay, Ted, are you still there?
Ted says, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm just kind of spinning out of control. Just hold on. I'm trying to gain control back." And he's gonna make a roll here. Get to the right spot here, Rick. There we go. Okay, he starts to gain control of himself, and suddenly, as you, Adamus, you're maneuvering the ship to kind of catch up towards him with the ship on autopilot, and Ted kind of seems to like get control and starts maneuvering around, and he's like suddenly looking kind of past the ship. He goes, Adamus, we got company.
Okay. I will. So I'm gonna let the ship continue to approach him, try to get him on board, and I will check sensors to see what I have.
Yeah. You don't notice anything on the sensors. You're just you can basically see that there's like debris and everything around you. He goes, you have there's it looks like maybe 3 guys, and suddenly you notice this flash go right past them. Some sort of a beam or something go right past Ted, and he's like shooting himself over to kind of get himself into the shadow of the ship's boat to protect himself. He says there's like 3 of them out there, I think. They're just in suits.
I try to hail them. This is the Nebuchadnezzar. Identify yourself. State your intention for firing upon us.
You don't get any reply.
I'll see if I can get a range on them. It's a better location with the sensors, so that as soon as Ted's on board, I'm going to try to ram him.
He's trying to get himself situated to go ahead and get in through the airlock. And in the meantime, you're looking at the sensors, but it's not picking up any individual suits or anything like that. The sensors on the ship's boat is more for larger objects, so it's not actually picking up anything that's appears to be small. He's like, yeah, they're in suits. There's like 3 of them. They're just they're on the other side of the ship.
I'll try to use the camera just to see if I can see who has a weapon.
Yeah,
if I see the one that took the shot, I'm going to try to ram him once we have Ted on board.
Yeah, you get a view, and you're seeing that there's 3 guys. 2 of them are coming in behind. There's one ahead, which is almost towards the ship, like near the engines. He's maneuvering himself kind of into get in towards where you're just to kind of cling himself onto the skin of the ship. In the meantime, Ted gets himself into the airlock, and he's repressurizing, depressurizing, all that stuff.
Okay, I'm going to use the autopilot to try to maneuver the ship to point the engine exhaust toward these guys, and then basically go for a short burn to see if I can just blow them off.
Do electronics check there.
Nice.
Yeah, you get the ship to maneuver around. All of a sudden, the big burst happens. And you see a kind of like some kind of debris kind of cinder off into the one location. Other pieces go flying off.
I'll look out there again just to try to make sure I got all 3 of them.
Yeah, you maneuver around, and yeah, definitely there is nobody else. You're checking with the cameras and everything, and you're not seeing anything. Just whatever flew off went off into kind of off into different directions from the burst.
Ride, this is Adamus. Do you copy?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Got 3 hostiles in vac suits taking shots at us out here. I picked up Ted. He's safe. Managed to eliminate the 3 using the ship's thrusters. Don't know if there's more. I presume there probably are more out there. Recommend you expedite your work inside so we get you back on board and get the hell out of here.
We're going as fast as we can down here, but great job doing our defense systems. Keep up the good work. Rye out.
Ted, it comes into the cabin. He has got his helmet off and everything, but he still has his vac suit on, and he's goes over to the controls, looks around, and says, "All right, let's see if we can get this thing closer in." And he starts maneuvering around a little bit just to get into place. And he goes ahead and just like an expert starts taking the controls and starts maneuvering around, and he's checking all the sensors. He's like, yeah, he kind of points off into the one location. He says, off over there. He says, I think that's a launch. So I'm not sure. These guys, they're pirates or something. The people on the planet, that's not their technology. There's got to be pirates out here or something. Maybe they got a larger ship out here someplace. But I'm not picking up anything.
Nebuchadnezzar was the ship's boat. Do you copy? Nebuchadnezzar, this is the ship's boat. Do you copy?
Copy. Go ahead.
Sorry, Rye. Trying to reach our ship. We've got hostiles in the area. I want to make sure they're staying on their guard. No contact from Nebuchadnezzar.
Suddenly you get a burst back. This is Al. What was that? Copy?
Take your time on the comms.
We've got pirates in the area. We're taking hostile fire out here. Need to keep an eye around the ship. Go on high alert now. And notify us if you engage.
She says, well, it's all clear down here. I've got, we have everybody working on the ship as much as we can. Things are looking okay for as far as I can see with, see, I'm forgetting everybody's names.
Please try to
blame it on work.
Yeah, work.
I know Nebuchadnezzar is not flight worthy right now. Please try to use the sensors and see if you can spot any hostiles. Give us a warning before they engage us, please.
Yeah, she says Terra seems to be stable still. Everything seems to be okay down here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to even help you if that's the case. We're not going to be able to get the ship out of orbit.
No, copy all. See if you can use the ship sensors to back us up and give us an advance warning of any hostiles.
I'll let Overton know.
I've been tuned into this conversation the entire time. Nebuchadnezzar, stay alive. Stay alert.
Roger that. And suddenly Overton comes on over the comm. He says, I'm not seeing anything out here. It's either you got whoever is around you, they're in a stealth mode or something. I'm not seeing anything at all on sensors.
Copy all. Keep us apprised. Keep scanning. Make sure that you give us any warning if you see something.
Ted says he perks up. He says, "Yeah, I think that that launch over there. They've got it on. They've turned everything off. It's just sitting there. So are you guys okay down there? Rye, Cobb?
Yeah, we're fine.
Everything okay so far.
Okay, I don't know what hit me. I might have got sucked out by some air or something, or depressurization or something.
Probably.
So are we clear? Did you guys get through?
We did.
He goes, well, what do you think, Adamus? Do you think I should stick around here with you or go back out there and explore with them?
No, I think you need to try to go back them up if you can. I'll keep things buttoned down here.
Okay, he nods. He goes ahead and grabs his helmet. He says, okay, just hold on here before we go. He goes ahead and starts doing some stuff on a memory section of the computer, and he starts punching in some coordinates and everything. And he says, okay, if anything happens, execute this command here. He points it to you so you know exactly what to do, Adamus. And it should automatically get you back towards the Nebuchadnezzar. This command here will go ahead and just implode the ship if you need. So don't hit this one. He shows you this command. All right.
Yes, I'd rather not. I'd rather not implode the ship while I'm aboard it. That might not be a good day.
So yeah, just keep in mind if anybody does come on board, get your vac suit on. Actually, let's get you vac suited up now, just in case.
Yeah, I think was there damage to the suit? I believe there was some damage to it. I'll make it. Try to make it.
He says there's a spare. It's okay.
Okay, all right. I'll put the spare on
then. Gets you the spare. Gets you all hooked up and everything. He says, yeah, and then he shows you how to unlatch and relatch your helmet, and he goes over it a couple of times with you so that you know to do it by yourself. And after a couple of trials and errors, he gives you the thumbs up. He says, okay, yeah, now I feel a little bit better, but yeah, put on the suit. And if you need to, go ahead and decompress the ship if you need to. It does help if there's anybody that comes on board and if they take off their suits or, try and, get the better of you. Or it might blast them out of the airlock, too. That could also work that way. I'm coming along with you guys. He puts on his helmet. Be there in a sec. And he heads over to the airlock, opens it up, and starts heading out. In the meantime,
always doing that.
Sorry, once he's off the ship, I'm going to do some quick calculations. Looking at the relative acceleration capability of a normal vac suit, assuming these guys will come at me the same way, determining how much time it would take if I move my position by X amount for them to reach me, and I will begin randomly moving the ship prior to that. So let's, every minute or two, I will randomly move the ship far enough that no one could reach me in a vac suit to my location, and just make that random. That's my intent. That way, to try to prevent them from getting.
Okay. Well, you do see the launch off in the distance, and that's where Ted assumes those guys have come from. The launch is basically a small kind of it is kind of like a ship's boat itself, but it's a really small version of a ship's boat. And a launch will usually be on board a larger ship as an escape vessel or as a transport vessel, or it can also be used as a interplanetary way of getting from a planet to a planet without using a jump drive. So, because they just have a maneuver drive.
Okay, I'll just keep the ship moving. Basically, every minute or so, I'll move to a new location, staying away from the launch. That's my intent.
Okay. Then you're as you're looking, you're noticing that there isn't anything happening at the launch right now. Like it hasn't moved or anything like that. In the meantime, you guys are inside the 8-foot round tunnel, the descent into nowhere. Continue down.
Keep descending.
Keep on descending.
Yep.
Soon enough, seems like maybe a couple of minutes, maybe 5, maybe 10. the shaft ends up opening to a kind of like another one of these blockades. You can kind of feel this once again, this blockage in front of you. And as soon as you hit it, it's kind of reverberates and there's a ripple effect. Past it, you notice that it looks like it opens up into what looks to be some sort of a large open area past it.
I'm gonna try and open the door.
Yep. Once again, it looks like as you're touching around, you're kind of getting the edge where Ted put his hand, and Cobb, you suddenly see the glyphs flash up.
Yeah.
However,
which one was the?
However, yeah, Rye doesn't see what's going on. He's just putting his hands across.
Which was the symbol for the negative? What does it look like?
Oh, you get the you have to ask the guy who's seen the. Okay, you've seen it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you see the negative symbol.
Okay, so I'll gonna push it, but before I do, I'll let Ryan know that brace yourself. This could get hairy.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I will brace myself the best I can and push the button.
you press the button. This time, Rye, you notice that you feel the release in front of you, but you don't notice a rush of depressurization come past you this time. And thankfully, Ted is coming down. He would have been blasted out again. And Ted is coming down. He's like, he heads on through, and he ends up catching up with you.
Welcome back, Ted.
Hey guys, yeah, weird, eh? Wow, it opens up into a large area down there, or up there. Not too sure. It's so weird, floating around in space here and not getting any gist of where the gravity is, where the floor is around here. It's a big, round, open area. He goes ahead and pokes his head through and looks around. He's kind of questioning where it all goes. It's kind of a round, curved area that you see, probably about 20, 30 feet in width, as well as height. And it just seems to be like a big corridor that kind of swings around in a kind of a long arc. And you see the corridor disappear around the one edge and then around the other edge.
I go towards the right from the corridor.
Okay. As soon as you pop yourself up and out, you start to feel like some sort of move, like your body suddenly lurches forwards, and you feel a catch of gravity hold you, and you start to move around. Roll a dexterity check. Okay. And you catch yourself as you kind of tumble into place. You kind of feel that the gravity kind of brings you down to where it settles, so you can kind of feel where the floor is now, like where the gravity holds you down, because the entire surface of the entire walls is kind of circular. It's kind of like you're in a big giant donut. You know, if you were like looking on the inside of the flesh of the donut, and all around, it's kind of like the big tunnel that goes around, kind of circular.
Oh, here's a gravitated spot here, boys. We're gonna continue going forth.
Okay.
See if there's anything else.
Ted goes ahead and makes his move to go ahead and try to get through. And he kind of tumbles and hits the ground kind of rather hard. Whoop. And he hits really kind of awkwardly, and you kind of hear him grimace, and he's like, and he's holding his arm, and he's like, you know, catching himself up, and you know, picking himself up. He sounds like me when I'm trying to pick up garbage off the floor. But he gets himself up, and he's like looking at his suit and everything, trying to make sure everything's okay. He's like, you know, it's like, I don't think I've depressurized, but it's indicating that there's an atmosphere in here.
Which is weird. I'm still walking through it.
Cub.
I will do the follow him, I guess.
Yep. Make a dex roll. Nice one. Good one. Yeah, you basically, with your cat-like reflexes, the bounty hunter goes ahead and, you know, does his thing. And yeah, you have no problem righting yourself up and checking yourself as you skid yourself down towards where the gravity goes ahead and settles for you. And looking around with Ted, and Ted kind of just starts looking around himself, and he's like, wow, there's some weird looking disc-shaped holes over there. And he points in at one of the walls, and you can see that there is like this, basically a hole that goes like this, kind of like, you know, it's about 2 feet wide, and appears to go along 6 feet across, kind of like almost like, you know, if you were drawing a picture of a UFO, it'd be kind of in that kind of a shape. Or an eye kind of thing. Dwindles, kind of tapers down on each end, and accentuates at the center.
I'll head towards it and take a look and see what if it goes anywhere or what it does.
Well, you approach it, and you're kind of looking at it, and you see it does this kind of go straight, kind of like a shaft.
Looks like there might be a passageway. I'll look at it and see if it looks like it's roughly about man height, or
See, it's about two feet wide at its widest point. Like I say, it starts to taper off as it hits, you know, the from the center is basically 3 feet out. It tapers out to basically a point, and then the other side, basically 3 feet out, tapers at a point as well.
Okay, so a person could crawl through it, but we wouldn't be able to just walk upright through it.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll head down and crawl into the shaft and see where it goes.
Okay. And outside, Adamus, you suddenly notice a light appear over where that launch is. and you see the launch kind of do a little bit of a turn, and it shoots over to one side, accelerates.
Okay. I will mirror its movement, shooting in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Try to scan to see if I can estimate its acceleration rate relative to mine. Is it faster than me, basically, or can it make more rapid corrections?
You can tell that it maneuvers quite quickly, because it's much smaller than your ship's boat. But yeah, it shoots over to one side, and then suddenly it's like turning itself around, and it starts facing towards where you're heading off, kind of in the opposite direction. And you notice it's starting to face and try to, it's following you around.
Okay, I'll try to get behind some of this debris, put something between me and it.
Yeah, there's lots of big lumps of like massive, remains of mountain, kind of floating up in the atmosphere here. You go ahead and maneuver the ship around. Roll a electronics roll just to see if you can keep everything in equilibrium here with the programming. Nice, no problem. Yeah, you maneuver around through some debris, no problem.
Right, this is Adamus. Do you copy?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Detected a potential pirate vessel. We are engaged I am engaged with a hostile. I will try to keep him at bay for the time being. If it gets too dicey here, I may have to momentarily depart the area and then return to pick you up when you're ready.
Copy that. Keep me posted. Stay safe.
You hear a little bit of a broadcast. Adamus, a little hail comes back at you. Toot, toot.
Look at my direction finding and see if it's coming from the launch.
It seems to be, yeah, it looks like it's coming from the launch. You get another one. Boop, boop.
Okay. So it's not voice communication. I'm getting basically a ping off these guys. Could be a targeting maneuver of some kind, trying to get my distance. So I'm going to try to broadcast white noise on that frequency and see if I can confuse their signal.
Okay.
Spoof it.
You get another one off of another frequency, and you're kind of getting a, hey you, hey, kind of squeezes through.
Unidentified vessel. This is Nebuchadnezzar. You are engaging in a hostile act. Cease and desist or suffer the consequences. What are your intentions?
My name's Lorne. I'm here with my friend Stubbs and Marcon. We're stranded here. We thought maybe we could approach and maybe do some sort of a deal. You come from a bigger vessel?
Seems interesting. You claim to be stranded, but I see you maneuvering, and I know that you have sent some of your personnel over to try to board mine.
Yeah, I know. You burnt them up. You burnt them up. They're all gone.
Yes. Generally, when you fire without provocation, you suffer those consequences. Further acts of provocation will result in your destruction. Recommend you cease and desist.
He's like, yeah, we're sorry. We're sorry. We thought, we're desperate here. We need off this rock. This place is terrible. We want to get back to civilization.
your vessel appears to have maneuvering thrusters. You should be able to maneuver yourself back to the planet's surface.
Yeah, but we don't want to go back to the planet. We want to get out of this system. You don't understand. We've been here for like decades.
Yes, well, we would generally be inclined to provide assistance until we are attacked, at which time our relationship with the would-be attacker changes, if you understand what I'm saying.
He said, yeah. We totally understand. We won't engage in any more hostile activities to you.
Oh,
He got really excited.
Alive.
wow.
Holy smokes. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
He was really desperate and giving up.
We will discuss potential assistance. What you will do now is you will turn your vessel 180 degrees facing away from me and power down. I will contact you when I'm ready to have further negotiations. Do you understand?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
And I do warn you, if this is a ruse, any further acts of aggression, we will respond in kind.
Roger that, roger that. Yeah, we're powering down right now.
All right, I'll scan to make sure they do that.
Yeah, you see them kind of, they go all offline and everything.
All right, I'll keep an eye on them.
Meantime, you guys down below, or up above, or yeah, you basically are looking down that shaft, and it kind of looks like it goes off, like kind of straight, and doesn't seem to deviate. It just goes into extreme darkness when you look down that shaft.
I will all right. Well, I don't know where this leads, but I'm going to down it and find out.
You're gonna go down it?
Yeah. Why not? You only live once.
Alrighty. You start to maneuver your way into the shaft. You can feel that the gravity takes you down to the lower part of the curve, and you're crawling yourself down into it. Meantime, the rest of you guys, Ted's kind of looking around. He's like, I'm not sure this is a good idea. Maybe we should like check around the how this thing bends across the edge here and continue down that way. He's looking at you, Rye.
Let's continue down. We'll see what we can find. We need to find parts for the 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙍 so we can get out of here.
It's like, Cobb, what you see down there? Darkness.
I'm just black and a whole bunch of black.
Okay, you keep on going?
Yep. Just humming to myself and just ignoring them.
Yeah. Crawling your way through the shaft. You know, mind you, you every once in a while you feel your head kind of hit the top, but every time your head hits the top, you kind of feel like something's really weird about the material around you. Every time you kind of hit it with your helmet, it makes kind of like a instead of like a scrape noise, it makes a vroom kind of noise. Like a muffled noise.
Interesting. I'll stop and I'll just take my fist, smack it against the ceiling, and
yeah, you hit like when you think you'd like make a kind of a smack noise. Instead, you make a whoop kind of noise. It's kind of like
I will
a hollow.
It's like as if the material itself is like almost like a dead blow hammer. You know what a dead blow hammer is?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. So whenever you want to go ahead and hit something and kind of disperse the force, they got a thing called a dead blow hammer, where if it hits, it doesn't make a bang. It kind of like squashes. It makes a thud. So if you can kind of imagine that kind of effect every time you're hitting this material around you.
I'll push up on it and see if it moves or if it's just
Yeah, you push up on it, but it doesn't give. But as soon as you put your hands up against it, you can kind of feel that it kind of takes that force of your hand and spreads it out as you go ahead and make the gesture to try and push away on it. But it's pretty darn solid. Up ahead, you suddenly see a green glow. And you're hearing some sort of a weird whine.
well, I'll keep heading towards it, even though it's
You
probably not a
notice
good idea.
it's starting to get brighter and brighter.
Oh, only one way to go now.
Towards it?
Yep.
As you are approaching it, you're feeling the whine get louder and louder, and suddenly this green glow starts coming closer and closer and closer. You can see it's coming in maybe about 30 yards, 20 yards.
Well, can't really back away quick enough now, so I'll just keep heading forward.
Okay. You and Ted are Rye are up there still. And
Cobb, you okay?
Maybe? I don't know. There's some sort of green energy coming towards me. You guys might want to get away from the apertures in the wall just in case. I don't know what this is, but
suddenly his comm goes dead. And you start to see kind of like a green glow.
I must have dispersed her radio or his radio communication. Ted, do you see that green light down there?
Oh yeah. Maybe we should move away from the opening.
We back out.
Yeah, you guys move away. Suddenly you see this thing, which is basically the same shape as the eyelet that this opening is, emerge. It's like some sort of a metal shape, and it has this bright green glow to it. I will show you a picture of it. Everybody loves pictures, right?
Oh yeah.
Holy.
Laughing about it.
It slides out. It's pretty big. It's like I say, about 6 feet wide, and you basically see some sort of a weird translucency to it, but it emerges out and starts to kind of like spin a little bit, and you notice that it is quite disc shaped. You're seeing it basically on a top-down view when it came out through the slot. But it goes ahead and revolves to a full facing like that.
Did it push me out while I was...
There's no cob. All you see is this.
Good
And it's
God, what
going.
happened to Cobb?
And Ted's like looking at it. Should we run? No, seriously, should we run?
I look over to it. What did you do with Cobb?
It's just.
I'm itching my finger at my sidearm here.
It's just glowing. It's just yep. It's just staying, and it's kind of like it's moving itself slightly from one side to the other.
Oh, Cobb. Sorry to say, but we gotta go.
Maybe it's analyzing us or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's like,
it shouldn't take that long to analyze this. So
we come in peace, says Ted. We mean you no harm. And it's just stays kind of in spot, and it just kind of wavers from one side to the other, as if it's kind of like looking at each of you.
If it wanted to hurt us, it'd do it by now. I tap on the eyeball. Anyone home?
Are you gonna tap on it, like approach it and tap on it for sure?
Yeah. Yep.
As you approach, you suddenly feel like this bright green, and you hear Adamus. You suddenly hear I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to run or not, Adamus, but it's just you and me right now. I just seen this thing go ahead and swallow up Rye. Sending you a video feed, and you get a picture, and you're basically seeing this large object in front of him here, and he's every time you can see Ted kind of moves from side to side. This thing goes ahead and kind of like almost locks in on him as he's moving from side to side. What do you think I should do?
Okay, I try to do a quick study of the schematics of the device to see if there's a way to disable it, short circuit it, and if Rye is inside, get Rye out of it.
Well, this is obviously something far exotic as is in anything that you've seen technologically. This is going to be a difficult task. So if you wish to go ahead and make a engineering roll, you may do so. I have you set. All right. From what you're gathering from it, you think this is some sort of you're seeing it does seem to be some sort of reality inside that globe. And as far as disabling it, any kind of like technology you have right now, this way far exceeds anything even from what you've seen in some of the most highest technological advances in Imperium technology. This is totally and utterly unknown to you of how it functions as far as its power source and everything.
Okay.
But it seems to be a diaphragm of some form.
Okay, changing tack. I'll see if I can make contact with it. But perhaps there's an AI intelligence of some kind there if it's that advanced. So I will basically quickly code a message of peace in every language in our ship's computer and broadcast that in burst format to this thing.
Also use your language, please, as well.
Let's see. I do not have language myself. I'm just trying to basically encode the languages from the ship's computer into it. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Like same message in many languages.
And you do so, and you send it through to through Ted.
Yep.
And he ends up broadcasting it towards the thing. And suddenly it starts brightening in the glow and starts moving towards Ted. You start to see it starting to get bigger and bigger on the view screen. What should I do, Adamus? You kind of notice he's a little bit warbly on his voice, and it starts getting bigger and bigger.
Ted, confirm Rise inside the device, and where's Cobb right now?
Rye is in there. I don't know where Cobb is. Cobb went down the shaft where this thing came from. I'm not sure. All of a sudden, you see a bright green flash, and the whole thing goes disconnect.
Okay. Oh, that's not what we want. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to I'm gonna try to get reinforcements. With the guys gone, I got limited proficiency with my vac suit, so I am going to pick up the pirates, and I'm going to contact Nebuchadnezzar and see if we can get more troops from the ground to assist with further investigation.
So you're gonna go towards the first towards the launch?
Yes.
Okay. And you start approaching, and you hear the person that you were talking to perk up. Are you picking us up, sir?
Well, that depends. We have a situation up here. I had some crew members aboard that large object nearby. Appears that we've lost contact with them. So I propose a path toward a more constructive relationship. You assist me with recovering my crew, and we will talk about when we are ready to leave this system, taking you with us.
Yeah, no problem. We'll what do you want us to do? Did you want us to, locate your friends, or what? What's the first thing that you need us to do?
Yeah, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to proceed to the behemoth. I will show you the location and see if you can find any sign of my crew.
I got my I got my camera right in front. I had to put my camera in another spot here, and I shouldn't have, because I put my mic up above. Sorry about that, guys.
So see your pretty face.
Yeah, it's pretty evident that they went into that big I don't know what that is, but some sort of asteroid.
We believe it to be an ancient artifact of some kind. They encountered something within. I've lost contact with them. I'd like you to be wary. If you see a pulsing green device, avoid it. But see if you can find any trace of my crew.
Yeah, how about we come over and rendezvous with our launch, and we'll fly you in towards it. It's a pretty small ship we got. We can get you over there. You want to come with us?
Well, let's talk about this for just a minute, because trust is something that has to be built, and I don't currently have any regarding you since you fired on me earlier.
Certainly. Okay. So we're looking for your guys. How many are over there?
I have three crew members aboard.
3 crew? All right. We'll head on over there. We'll see what we can do. You see the launch kind of maneuver itself around. It starts heading towards the where the mass of the relic is. And it starts maneuvering itself. It's quite a bit smaller than the ship's boat that you have. And it just shuttles its way kind of like, fairly easily through all the debris field. It makes its way up over towards the opening shear where the crew went in, and goes ahead and maneuvers itself. So it kind of looks in towards where that large air shaft is. And you see the guys start to pop out in their vac suits. And they have their gear on and everything. They look down, and you hear a broadcast back. Yeah, we don't see anybody in there right now, but we'll start heading down towards the shaft. Did you want a camera connection?
Yes, please establish.
Yeah, you guys end up syncing up, and then suddenly you're getting their feed. And there's basically 3 of them, 3 feeds that you can connect through to. You get one, which is Lorne. The other one's Stubbs. The other one, Marcon. And they're all kind of looking at each other, and they're okay. We thought this was a rock. This seems to be a little bit more than just a rock. And they're kind of like looking in and checking it out. You see, okay, let's go, guys. And you see them kind of shuttling themselves through the opening, and they start getting through more and more. And you notice that they don't meet any resistance. The walls that your crew previously came up against are disabled, and they manage to pass through. And you can see that they're wielding their weapons and checking, their 6s and everything. And then all of a sudden, they're kind of like looking at this. You see it coming up from the side of the hole where it comes out to the opening. You once again see this green kind of glow. And one guy goes, "Hey, what? What the hell is that?" The other guy goes,
Right.
"I don't know.
Abort. Get your team out of there.
I'm gonna roll for everybody's. One guy starts firing off rounds, and you hear and you can see these little bullets kind of like go off into nowhere inside this orb, and then all of a sudden this glow starts happening, and two of your feeds suddenly go gone. Boy, need a drink. The last guy, Lorne, is like, "Holy! I'm backing out. I'm backing out." And you can see he's kind of his camera view. He's like got his accelerant going in reverse, and he's kind of making his way out. And you can see that this thing is trying to follow him back out as well. He makes his way out so you can see him like visually coming out from the shear. And he gets out towards where pretty close to where his the launch is, and he starts maneuvering himself around and trying to get to it. And suddenly you see that round unit come forth out of the shear itself, and you see this bright glow happening again, and you see him get, and then suddenly that feed disappears as well. It starts to maneuver.
Try to see how. Yeah, try to see how big it is relative to the ship's boat.
The ship's boat is about. It is about 3 times bigger than this thing, in width-wise and everything. So.
Okay.
And this thing kind of starts, looks like it's maneuvering around. You notice as it goes around, it is basically a ring shape almost, with the glow in the middle of it being kind of bulbous. And it makes its way around, and it's like, seems to be scanning the area by the way it looks.
Okay. Full sensor sweep. I try to see if I can detect anything in the middle of that ring, anything beyond it.
You do a sensor sweep, and you're suddenly realizing that there's a power source kind of within it. It seems to be broadcasting through into this ring. And you're kind of getting the idea that the power source of this that's contained within it is way like it's something that is like, you think if the power of like that would illuminate a planet itself. It's just massively powerful, the energy readings that you're getting off of it. But it seems to be from the inside of it. And it ends up suddenly stopping and locking onto the ship. The ship's boat where you are contained.
I try to see if the ring is big enough that the ship's boat could pass through it.
This thing is approximately 6 feet wide. It starts to look like it's coming towards your direction.
Sure thing. So what I want to do is I want to maneuver the ship's boat right up and basically lodge the front of the ship's boat with into the middle of the ring, and then I want to pass through it with some sort of a tether or something back to the ship's boat. That's what I want to do.
See, you want to. So the ship's.
I want to block the ring with the front of the ship,
right,
and then try to basically rappel through the thing
by yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tied to the ship, so I can get back out again if I need to.
Okay. So you prepare yourself. It's getting closer and closer and closer, and you get yourself a there's some spare wire that you go ahead and grab, and get yourself ready. Get yourself latched on, and try and make there's definitely no way that this thing is gonna be able to grab. Your ship is definitely gonna. This thing is basically a human size almost. Well, a tall human size, right?
What I want to do is when I get the front of the ship lodged in it, I want to use the docking clamps to latch onto it so it can't like maneuver and spit the ship out.
So you start maneuvering towards it, and you're getting closer and closer. It's closing in on you as well, and you end up coming up towards the front of it, and are you basically in the bridge at this moment, trying to just keep yourself maneuvered?
Yep.
Okay. And you notice it's getting closer and closer, and it comes up basically you're basically seeing the bottom of it if your nose is going to actually embrace it. And suddenly it starts to maneuver itself above to kind of it seems to be wanting to peer into the ship's boat itself.
Okay, I will activate the blast shields to cover up all the windows.
Okay,
and I will
everything
try
close it down.
I will back off a little bit and try to reposition the nose of the ship to go back into.
And you end up doing so. You kind of maneuver your ship, reading everything from the sensors. And it appears to be right up in front. And you're suddenly noticing that there's a little bit of a electrical flux happening at the front of the ship.
Check hull integrity, make sure I'm not losing pressurization or the structural integrity of the vessel.
You're noticing yet there's no alarms or alerts going on right now, but some of your screens are doing a little bit of a weird fidgeting, kind of like getting a little bit discombobulated there every once in a while. They start glitching out a bit, kind of like warping as you're doing this.
Does it look like the front of the ship is becoming like out of phase where I could step right through the front of the ship into this ring?
You can try. You're noticing that the glow is starting to encompass a lot of the area in front of you. Kind of seeing like these little fingers of electrical, digits coming through, and they're like kind of like scanning and trying to feel through all the electrical components before it.
Okay, I will go ahead and seal my pressure suit, get some kind of a tether going, and see if I can step through.
You go ahead and latch yourself to the ship, and you go ahead and try to push yourself through. As soon as you touch the green tendrils, we reconvene next episode.
Boo.
Hey, we did it with it. We got 4 minutes to spare.
Good game. Awesome.
So hopefully we will find out what happens when we reconvene after the Christmas break. And once again, sorry guys, but everybody that's watching, yeah, we're gonna have to have a little bit of a break. Retail is getting pretty crazy, and today I'm so tired. And Spencer and I had a real day today, so it was a lot of it was a crazy Black Friday. I have to say, we were open till 10:30 at night, so I missed all the happenings on YouTube. So sorry guys, I wasn't around to say hi and stuff. But once Christmas is cleared and we're past Boxing Day and we get ourselves to New Year's, we shall reconvene once again to continue on to our season 3 of Shadow in the Stars, and continue on from there. Gordo, thank you for being presence here and getting us through this game as a great player.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it's awesome having you on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, love it. Great group,
Yep.
and awesome game master. Thank you so much.
Right on. And and we will also continue on the Godforsaken as well, and we will make sure we go ahead and coordinate a decent day for that as well. I think we'll continue on with the Mondays once we're cleared this
in the new year.
Yeah, past the new year. Poor Otherwise, if we do the Mondays, poor Josh will be basically coming off of work, running home just to try and make it. So, and that's not a fun thing, especially in minus 40. So, not fun. Yeah, it's coming. It's supposed to be minus 30 coming up here in the next couple of days. So, and yeah. So once again, thank you everybody for well, like I said, we're trying to get more role play involved and more theater of the mind, just to create that getting a lot more done in a session than we would like moving miniatures across on a map board. And I don't know, what do you think, Gort? You like this kind of method? You have any, do you ever feel like maybe we should have like a map show up once in a while? I mean, I do show occasionally the like the Nebuchadnezzar deck plans and stuff like that. Feel that's all right and everything, keep on going with that and see.
I think, yeah, for this game, I think the theater of the mind works very well.
Oh yeah.
I think we're on the right track. I like it a lot.
And like I'll do a few. I'm not going to disappear off the internet, you guys. So I'm still going to be out there doing my GM diaries, kind of reflecting on different sessions, how I can improve myself in the game, and how I can put out little suggestions on what I thought went really well with each of the players and everything, and continue on with that. And I also did post, in case you guys didn't see, I did post the my my notes for this entire session, so you can see what I did plan for, and if you haven't seen it already, and see how things had changed. So if anybody else that is out there watching our broadcast right now will be able to also see what I had planned and how things turned around as far as the game went. Well, I say turn around, I mean it loosely, because I can't really plan for a lot of stuff. I have to kind of go on intuition on where you may want to go, and kind of which is why theater of the mind works really well, because you can go anywhere you want to, and I don't have to bring up a map or have that prepared and with all the enemies and all that stuff. But anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in, and once again, I'm going to push that follow and like if you can, and just feel like subscribing, just hit that subscribe button. Right guys, tell them hit the button. Hit the button. Just do it.
Subscribe by the green orb will come for you.
The green orb will come for you. That's right. All righty, take care, guys. Have a good night.